What would it look like if you never heard the gospel? What would your life look like right now if you never heard the good news of salvation through Jesus and life in the kingdom? Right now we're talking about a whole region on the earth, a whole multitude of people who have little to no access to the gospel, meaning most of them live their entire lives without ever hearing the message of the gospel through another human being's lips. This is a shocking reality to my heart, should be to yours, and I believe you're carrying the answer. Right now, I know that every single one of us are stepping into assignments and the call of God in our life to do different things. But I really believe that the global church is supposed to take personal responsibility for our family, our brothers and sisters all across the world who don't have access to the very thing that's changed our lives. Imagine living your whole life without ever hearing the good news of the love of God. And so right now I believe that God is marking men and women across the nations, those that are going to go into these regions and preach the gospel and bring the kingdom of heaven and witness of the gospel to these regions, those that are going to plant churches or help local indigenous believers and leaders plant churches and spiritual communities in these nations and regions. And then I also believe that there's those that God is marking right now that are going to resource and fund a movement of the gospel in this region like never before. And I know that this is not the only thing we're called to do, but I do believe that every single one of us are called to carry a personal responsibility for getting the gospel to the ends of the earth. You know, Paul says in Romans 15, he says, I make it my ambition to preach the gospel where it hasn't been preached before. And I believe that that should be beating inside of every one of our hearts, whether we're called to go or called to send, but every single one of us are called to play a role in this beautiful thing called the Great Commission. And so this is part of your story, this is part of your life. And if you're interested in knowing more, you want to find out how you can partner, please reach out to us. We would love